Hello, YouTube. Well, I can't believe this. I'm actually going to come on here and speak about Kim Kardashian, this interview she had on 60 Minutes. So apparently, let's say this first. I have never watched Kim Kardashian's television show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I haven't seen any of it. I haven't seen not one episode of the Kardashians. I just don't find reality TV interesting. But I'm willing to give him some respect. So because she's worth $100 million. Now they accused her, and they accused pretty much all reality stars of making money for nothing, and basically having no talent. But I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I just saw her, and I have never even seen her speak. That's how un. Well, I did watch a couple of reality shows for a minute, mostly Real Housewives, when reality TV was just becoming very popular. But I have to respect what they've done with that. I mean, I think that is talent. I think talents are overrated. What we call talent, like we consider, we all can agree that a singer is talented, even though they're only doing something for a song is generally about 2 minutes. But we all call that talent. If you can sing a song for 2 minutes, you're a talented person. Or if you can act. But I think these people are acting. I don't think they're being themselves. Can most of us get in front of a camera, and be ourselves? It's very difficult to do. I mean, in a way that is acting. So I think that, you know, let me slow down, think what I'm thinking. I think it's sort of reality TV is sort of like this. It's sort of like when rap music first came, and I remember, I'm old enough to remember people saying, "Well, that's not talent. They ain't got no talent. That's what is that? They just go up there talking. They're not even making. They're just poets, if anything." So we didn't consider that a talent. We had to learn that a rap music was a talent that was taught to us. And these guys, how can you? I mean, that is the most popular type of musical entertainment there is rap music at this particular juncture. So I think you should give a girl a break. Uh, I do believe she's talented. If you can find a way to make some money, I mean, when I was a young person, I wanted to be an interior designer. Well, you can collect all the money I made off interior design and put it in a cup in change. I never made any money from that. I write books. It's almost laughable. The amount of money made from that. So if you can find a way to actually be creative at making a living, I think that is a tremendous talent. So I would say she was very talented. She's able to see a need and fill it. She credits social media for her fame. Well, that's using what is available to us now. I mean, this wasn't available to us, back in the day. It was about singing. I like to think writing, television, things like that. But even on a lot of sitcoms, people are just on there being themselves. They're not really some Shakespearean type actors. So anyway, so Kim Kardashian was on 60 Minutes, and what was the other question they asked her? Well, I think the talent thing was what caught my interest. I think it's unfair. I think that they act just as much as it's a person on the average sitcom. You know, so I mean the whole thing about an actor, they're trying to make it seem like they're not acting. In other words, make it reality, and then they are reality. So I mean, is there a big difference between that? I don't know that I agree with that. So you famous people get jealous of you. A lot of people very happy she got robbed. It kind of brings her down to their level, kind of thing. And as always, when people start throwing away all these huge numbers, millions, or hundreds of millions, and they look at their own life and they say, "Well, what is she doing that I'm not doing?" So I would have to say that Miss Kardashian and even I used to. When I looked in my final years of watching Real Housewives, I used to look at those people and I was saying, how in the fuck are they going to pay Nene Leakes $1 million to do this? She ain't doing. I mean, she wasn't even doing nothing. She didn't even have the decency to even try to engage in the conversation. Oh, I can't be bothered with this and I can't be bothered with that. And she'll be on the screen for about 1 minute max in the show, and they're gonna give her $1 million for that. Hell, that's a talent. A con man, that's he's got a gift. There's a talent in the streets. pickpockets, whatever you can find ways to get money. If you can be good at it, skillful at it, that was considered a talent. Now I don't know if it all come from God. Obviously, maybe I'd much rather be a Kim Kardashian and figure out. I mean, if my titties are going to make me, a multimillionaire, then and I have the ability to see that and then to capitalize on that, I think that'd be much more valuable to me than someone who can sing well. There are people when I'm on the train, the BART here in San Francisco, or out on the street. I see people up with great talent all the time on the bus. Crazy as a June bug. People out here, they do all this street entertainment on the street. In fact, one of the books I wrote was about encountering one of these guys on the street who was super talented, but living outside. So talent ain't everything. I think that's my point. Talent is not everything, honey. If you are running the business and you are able to make that business successful, feed your family, that's a talent. You're a talented person, gifted by God. So I honestly believe that. I think these things can change. Where we used to say that a great singing voice was really like the ultimate of talents. That's not so anymore because the average rapper is far outselling singers by a long shot. So it's just about what the people want and being able to identify that, capitalize on it, and realize that it's not you getting a little more than 15 minutes of fame, but this is what's popular right now. Anyway, so I was motivated to say that. I wanted to come on here. I'm ready to lose the sun, so I said, well, let me just try to share my thoughts on this thing and reality TV in general. I think it's very similar to what happened with rap music. Because look at all the shows. I mean, if it wasn't successful, people don't invest in stuff that's not successful. They say in the end. And I certainly can't go in front of a camera and be myself. Can't do it. I'm too inhibited. So I would say that's a talent. All right, you go, Miss Kim Kardashian, and get some more bodyguards. Hope they'll figure out that robbery kind of thing. But I don't know that it's always the smartest thing to be telling people how much money you got and stuff. Rich people don't do that. That is something part of, I guess, reality TV. But something she's learned a hard lesson there. I don't know that she'd be losing anything. She's probably insured. But that's kind of the drawback of giving up too much information much. So, I mean, celebrities. I was when I was in the pen, I was roommates with Little Richard's son. I forget that boy's name. I used to call him Good Golly. Good Golly. He would call it up and down the rolls. Good Golly, Miss Molly. Well, he told me because Little Richard was known for carrying around suitcases full of money, right? That was his thing. And when they made that movie, they even showed that he would carry these briefcases full of money. Well, when I was in prison with him, with his son told me, oh, he got robbed all the time. He would go to the gas station and people would jump in through the skylight in his car. I mean, what do you call that thing? Whatever it is. Through his roof after that briefcase. So you gotta be careful what you put out there. I would say that for her. Take care of yourself. Okay, so it's just an opinion. I have them occasionally. And I'll talk to you guys in a couple of days with my show. Is my show back on this week? I don't even know. Is Empire back on? They said they were taking off for the World Series or something like that. And they'd be back after the World Series. But has that already occurred? I don't know. So maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe I won't. Later.